Making a game is a journey, and quite frankly, I'm glad it's over.
We're talking about the 5th game in the Rainbow Six series. It's got everything. The team's pulling out all the stops on this one.
Over 5 million copies sold since 1998. More if the friggin' PR guys didn't give so many away.
There's a lot at stake, a lot of pressure. We've got to succeed.
For the fans, yeah, sure, whatever. But mostly because you do not want to piss off Tom Clancy. That dude carries a knife. We're still in the montage when I say that, right? Cool.
Justin Eagle, producer, R6V.
My name is Michael Pampin, lead programmer, Rainbow Six Vegas.
Hi, I'm Polly. I'm an animator for Rainbow Six Vegas.
The question was, how do we evolve the series into the 2nd generation of the next generation? And I was like, when? And they were like, now. And so my head just started to hurt. And I said, let's go to Vegas, man.
In Rainbow Six Vegas, the fight has come home. There's huge potential for mass casualties, and the mission goes down in one location in one day. Thanks, 24. That show was awesome. Anyway, we're really putting the pressure on the player this time, so I feel it's imperative to do the same to my team.
I haven't had a day off since Comic-Con. This guy hardly calls that a day off.
A big part of producing is motivating. Come on, dude, rappel down that building! And to motivate, one has to be a motivator. Some ideas, like the Whiskey Pong League, pan out. Others, like shotgun a beer anytime someone says the word shotgun, yeah, I wish I could take that back.
Our goal with Vegas was to avoid a linear experience. There's an almost infinite number of tactical options.
Target him.
Break down a door, rappel down a building through a window, fast rope from a helicopter to a skylight.
A programmer's wet dream, right? Actually, it's a bit much to deal with.
But Christopher says it's all about options.
It's all about immersion. You see, the gamer must be completely and totally in the moment at all times. And I'm immersed. Man, I named my goldfish Immersion. And then I immersed immersion into water. Salt water, the densest of all waters. He died, but he died immersed. Man, when I dive into a game, I get wet. Quiet!
You know how we keep the gamer immersed? No panties. Kidding, no cutscenes. The entire story is told through in-game events and dialogue between teammates.
Approaching rally point. No tangos on. Shit! RPG! Going evasive! Right!
Jesus! Fucking snipers! Brody, get the team on the roof!
I'm trying! We are clear, I think. Reaching rally point now. Eyes open.
You should see the script. It's unbelievable.
Here's the script right here. Prima facie. 8,000 pages of completely unique combat dialogue.
Fuck! Oh shit!
It's never to be read. Ever.
We are really pushing realism to the limit in this game. For the first time, we're using motion capture to guarantee our special operatives move specially. We use 24 cameras, 20-foot stage, numerous sets, all capable of capturing 3 actors at a time. And the actors? They're method actors. They're intense.
What is pants? They make them in men's? Drop something.
Thanks to the next-gen hardware, we now have a much larger pool of memory for character animation than ever before. Rainbow Six 3 used 800 animations. For Rainbow Six Vegas, we have over 4,000. 3,000 of those are strippers.
Whoa! Son of a bitch!
No, they're not.
We always try and put a bit of ourselves into the characters. Like, you might say that there's a little bit of Team Rainbow's Michael Walter in me. Yeah, right?
Right. I equate myself to Hyung Park. He's a recon specialist, accessing info and intel with his computer hacking skills. By day.
What's he do at night?
Oh, he plays in the Jay Giles band.
Some people say there's a little bit of Rainbow team leader Logan Keller in me. I say there better not be. There better be a lot. I've got 150 team members all working together who need a common vision and a fearless leader. That you have to actually arrive at a location first before you can regroup?
Please don't.
Narrative structure.
Okay, I don't appreciate when people mess with my cards, okay? So you might want to think about that. As far as the voice word goes, talent begets talent. So I beget talent. That is, I better be getting it. The talent. Over 36 million people a year visit Vegas, and that is a lot of voices. So everyone on the team is chipping in to help.
Ow! You shot me! That's not cool at all.
I'm going wild, Vegas!
No Chinese cuts. No backsies.
A fountain set to music? What will they think of next?
Grenade! No, wait, that's a kiwi. Oh my God, he's got a knife and shorts on.
Aquarium, huh? Looks like a bowl of fish to me.
Babe, you're bleeding. Who cares? Just put a towel on the bed.
Hey, what stays in Vegas goes in Vegas. I'm sorry. Can I do that one again?
Well, everyone here takes their jobs very seriously.
Rainbow, this is the only life you know. The swiftly killing all.
For me, the most trying part of production was the weapons design. The expensive 22-hour days, the name calling, the pistol whipping incident.
Accident.
Whatever.
The guy just didn't get it. I kept telling him, all of our weapons have to be of the highest caliber. Which is confusing, of course, so what was that term I used?
Weapons grade weapons.
Exactly! I mean, how much more clear do I need to be than that? FYI, we have over 46 killer guns. There's pistols, submachine guns, light machine guns, assault rifle, sniper rifle, plus 1 RPG, and 0 RPG accidents. Well, technically that was a situation.
He had parents who loved him.
I said my bad.
The most difficult aspects of Rainbow Six Vegas to program were definitely the chopper flyby.
What's she doing this far north?
She's working with smugglers.
The fast rope down.
Police!
Oh, and of course, the artificial intelligence for the terrorists.
No, seriously. You think that they're watching us right now? If they were, we'd be dead. But what if they're just setting us up, trying to figure out how to kill us? What if they're aiming at us right now?
Luckily, we didn't have to make the tourists intelligent. Huh?
The single player is my favorite, hands down. And it's not because those kids playing online multiplayer are such little bastards. I'm over that. Pretty much.
Actually, as amazing an experience as the single-player game is, should the appropriate parties get with the program, it's actually the multiplayer game that I'm really jazzed about. It owns, man.
That's true, it does own.
See? He knows. Ah, yes, my design team. They're impressive. The best in the biz. But they're also very sensitive and fragile, and sometimes they need to be coddled like little sea monkeys or tacos. They are artists, after all. So what I do to make sure that I have all the bases covered with my team is I utilize a proprietary team management system. This way everybody on the team knows their role. A foot little role-playing, are we, Governor? What? Ron's here! British guy, but cool. Hey, Ron's my go-to guy for artificial foliage and hotel carpets. Eddie. Yeah? Eddie, I'm gonna have to move you over to infrastructure and architecture, but I wanted to— Shut up!
What makes it all worth it? Just sitting back and watching our choreographed on-screen ballet of 10 million polygons.
I love my job, but a video game company is no place to be named Polly.
We are pushing a lot of polys this time around. It's been hard on everyone.
Most proud of in Rainbow Six Vegas? I guess seeing the game that was in my head 3 years ago come to life.
Wow, I've had this game in my head for like, what, 4 years? Ask anybody.
I love this team. I've got the best job in the world. Well, besides rodeo clowns.
It's an amazing feeling when it all comes together, you know? It's like giving birth. The anticipation, the pain, the epidural, and then the bundle of joy. I was thinking we should sell all the Rainbow Six games together and call it the Bundle of Joy. And then like package it with some little hand-knit camouflage booties or something. Ah, that'd be crazy. Right, guys?
Rainbow, this is the only life you know. We're swiftly killing all those terrorist folk. Headshots will gain you rank for sure. And so we go. Oh, Rainbow, but to defeat these terrorist thieves, we'll neutralize them with our rainbow speed. Just no mistake.
Oh, this? Ah, interesting story. This is my autographed copy of Tom Clancy's autograph. Tom Clancy's autograph. And if you look over here, Tom Clancy's autograph. 2 times. Doubles the value. I could sell it on the internet for approximately $1 billion, most likely, but I won't, because it's what I love the most.
My sweet rainbow.
Our objective with Rainbow Six Vegas is to start a new era in the franchise. After visiting many countries for various missions in previous Rainbow games, the Rainbow team now has to deal with a large-scale terrorist attack. The potential for casualties is immense. In this new installment of the franchise, you play Logan Keller, the leader of a 3-man team. There's also Michael Walter, the heavy weapons and destruction expert, and Young Park, the recon specialist, who will help you gain access to critical information with his computer and hacking skills. In Rainbow Six Vegas, we're pushing realism to its limit in many ways. We're putting a lot of emphasis on realism through the characters. Not only are they ultra-detailed, ultra-realistic, but we're also using motion capture to make sure that they move like real Spec Ops would move. Last but not least, we're also putting a lot of effort on post-processing effects, lighting, ambiances, all those things that will really help create a great sense of immersion for the player. Since the story takes place mainly in one location and in one day, we're ramping up the pressure on the player to create a sense of stress and tension that's omnipresent. The story is all told through in-game story events and dialogue conversations between the teammates. Because it allows us to keep the player immersed in the game world 100% of the time. All our features are there to support the main gameplay. Observing a situation, planning your tactics, and then finally assault. In all of these different phases, we're focusing on giving the player lots of tactical options, from choosing your rule of engagement when you're approaching a situation to choosing exactly how you want to storm a room. Of course, we still have the traditional door entry options, but we've also added the option to rappel down the side of a building and crash in through the windows, or fast rope through a skylight. We give you tactical options and you make the call.
You hear that? Unless our demands are met, we will execute one hostage on the hour, every hour.
I'd like to welcome you to Ubisoft's Motion Capture Studio. Come on in, I'm going to show you around and we'll talk a little bit about the game. You'll see around our capture area we have 24 cameras, okay? We use 24 cameras to capture a maximum of 3 actors at a time. Our capture area is 20 by 30 feet. One of the most important parts of the studio is this very large projector right here. This is something that I use all the time because it allows me to see what my actors are doing in real time. This is the interior of our helicopter. You wouldn't be able to figure it out if you saw it, but basically we've got all of the chairs here for the team members. Because Rainbow Six Vegas is a next-gen game, we have a much larger pool of memory for character animation than we ever did before. For example, in Rainbow Six 3, the entire game used roughly 800 animations. In Rainbow Six Vegas, we're pushing with scripted events well over 4,000. So what that's allowed us to do is to generate a lot of very unique custom animation for pretty much everything in the game. Rainbow Six Vegas, or Rainbow in general, is all about realism. So by creating so many unique character animations for all the different character types and hostages and terrorists and all that sort of thing, it gives the player a much more vivid and realistic appreciation of the Rainbow world. What I'm hoping is that when the player plays the game, he's not going to be able to see any reproduction or recycling of the same animation over and over and over again. You don't get a lot of realistic human keyframed movement. The reason for that is it's really hard to do. One of the things that we as human beings are best able to do is to understand and see how human beings move and react to the world. Motion capture is basically going right to the source. We take a human being, and because of advances in technology, we're able to place these markers on the person. We place them on joints and certain key points on the body. And with all of these cameras that you see around me, these 24 cameras, we're able to track the movement of a human being through space and then take all of that information, all of that data from that tracked movement and place it exactly on our 3D character. And basically it replicates that movement perfectly. One of the big differences with working in keyframe as opposed to mocap is in keyframe, ultimately I'm always working with virtual content. I sit down with an animator and we work on a performance that exists in the computer. What I love about the mocap facility is I get to work with human beings. So a lot of people have been wondering if our rappel system is mocap. It's not. In the case of the rappel system, or a lot of the stunt work that we do in Rainbow Six Vegas, we chose to keyframe it. Try reproducing this in a motion capture set. There are some stunts in the game, rappelling is a perfect example, where it's completely impractical for me to try to reproduce that in a motion capture studio. All right, everybody, thanks for checking out Rainbow Six Vegas and Ubisoft's Motion Capture Studio. I hope you had a good time. See you later.
My name is Max, and I'm the creative director on Rainbow Six Vegas.
For Rainbow Six Vegas, we're definitely going back to the core values of the franchise. Tension, realism, close quarter battle, tactics. You're not going to be able to rush in rooms and fire gun blazing. You're going to need to think before you act. OPA stands for Observe, Plan, Assault. It's the way the special forces all around the world work. They observe their surrounding, their scene, the situation, they plan their attack, and then they do it. So basically on Rainbow Six Vegas, we're building the game with that in mind. We're giving the player tools to observe the room better or the situation better, like snake camming under a door, for example, or taking cover and going into third person to better see a room without being exposed. We also give you what we call the tactical map. It's a great way for you to see your surroundings and see all the different types of room entries you can do. For example, you can go through doors, you can go through windows, you can go through skylights. Once the observation is done, you need to plan. Now to do that, we give you the new tagging system that allows you to tag terrorists inside a room, for example, to tell your teammates that once they go in, they need to focus on those 2 terrorists. So that way you're going to know what your teammates are going to be doing. That's going to allow you to decide what you're going to be doing. What we've done for the order system is that we've redefined it to make it simpler and more efficient. So now what we've done on Vegas is we've simplified that to just a one-click thing. So you send your teammates to a door, they're going to stack there, and as soon as you want them to go in, you press on one button on the D-pad and the team's going to do the order. It's faster, it's more efficient, it's more to the point. Also, we've got the rules of engagement. That allows you to tell your team how to respond to enemy fire. Back on me. If you put them in infiltration mode, they're only going to return fire if they're fired upon. If you put them in assault mode, they're going to fire at will. So as soon as they're going to see an enemy, they're going to shoot at it. Once you're done planning, you need to execute. You take a deep breath, you lock and load, then you storm in. And you better hope your plan worked, because otherwise you're going to be dead.
All right, how do I look, boys? Obviously, I'm a natural.
Hey, Rainbow Six fans. I'm Brooklyn.
And I'm Valkyrie. We're the Frag Dolls, and this is the Rainbow Six retrospective.
What the? No! Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six is making its next-generation hardware debut in the most dramatic installment of the renowned first-person shooter franchise to date. You control the Rainbow Operatives as they take to the chaotic streets of Las Vegas as an escalating terrorist siege in Sin City threatens to reach unimaginable heights of destruction.
Longtime fans know that Rainbow Six has been the definitive first-person tactical shooter since its first appearance in 1998.
So let's lock, load, and take a look back at how Team Rainbow evolved from this to this.
Contact Tango. Threat eliminated.
Developed and published by Red Storm Entertainment and Ubisoft, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six is a nearly decade-old franchise that has spanned multiple PC and console titles, as well as a multitude of expansion and mission packs.
The main storyline follows Team Rainbow, an international counterterrorism operation hosted by NATO. They deal in the blackest of black operations.
Typical mission objectives involve rescuing hostages, disarming bombs, gathering intelligence, and killing terrorists.
Lots of terrorists. Or as they are referred to by the team, Tangos.
Tango neutralized.
In July of 1998, Rainbow Six, the first realistic squad-based first-person shooter to fall into the simulation category, was released. The game was developed simultaneously with the writing of the Tom Clancy novel of the same name. The end result was a tight, thrilling game that bore all the hallmarks of Clancy's fiction. Rainbow Six the book is part of the Jack Ryan series. However, the novel focuses on Rainbow director John Clark and the game's protagonist, my boy, Domingo Dean Chavez. Of all the Rainbow Operatives, Ding is regarded as the best, in large part because of his amazing leadership and stealth skills.
He's also an expert marksman.
Like me.
Honey, these are multiple bullets going through the
It's
same
not
hole.
even to see the
heart.
tear.
That's just the guts. You can live. Excuse me?
In the first game, Team Rainbow is called in to stop seemingly unconnected international terror attacks involving neo-Nazis, Hutu rebels, and left-wing terrorists. More relevant to real-world events than most games, This was also a story about terrorism and national security long before the events of 9/11 embedded such concerns in the public consciousness.
6 months after Rainbow Six was released, Eagle Watch followed. This add-on included various scenarios where Team Rainbow was deployed to stop terrorist attacks on international landmarks such as Big Ben and the United States Senate.
In 1999, the follow-up to PC Gamer's Action Game of the Year was released in the form of Rainbow Six Rogue Spear. This sequel introduced snipers, improved AI, and a brand new campaign. Together, Rainbow Six and Rogue Spear went on to sell more than 3 million copies worldwide.
Wow, that's a lot.
I know it's a lot. That's why I said it.
Oh.
When Rainbow Six Rogue Spear came out, there was no other game really like that at the time. You had a ton of weapons, a ton of routes that you would take. These were some of the smartest FPS games that I'd ever played in terms of the AI. They really are smart. They will cap you in the head in no time. Rainbow Six was also really tactical. You had to walk around slowly. No one was going to be running around like a chicken with their head cut off. If you wanted to live, you were going to take your time and work your way through the map very, very strategically. It was one of the things that really got me into the series in the first place. I think I was even planning missions while I slept. I swear to God, it was just absolutely ridiculous.
I used to stay up all night playing death matches on my old 56K modem.
Way to just date yourself there, Brooke. Not me, though. I was online playing co-op, which was totally the new thing in the late 1990s.
Hey, I was only 9. 9.
You really can't become as obsessed unless you're playing online, because multiplayer was where it was at. One shot, one kill, that really became the mantra. Players were really encouraged to complete missions with low number of casualties. It was a mark of pride to execute a mission without losing any of my teammates. We played that game from waking till sleep, day in, day out. I don't even know how we had boyfriends at the time. Honestly, it was an obsession for us. We didn't shower. We didn't go outside of the house. I'm telling you, like, nobody got attention from us.
Mission success.
Around the world, fans would continue to devour the single-player campaigns and log thousands of hours into multiplayer.
Until 2003, when the third installment of the series premiered.
In early 2003, Rainbow Six Raven Shield was released for the PC. This was the full-fledged Rainbow Six 3 sequel to Rogue Spear, developed using the next-generation Unreal Engine. Once again, Team Rainbow must race against time to stop terrorists around the globe, unravel a decades-old plot, and foil a devastating attack on Rio de Janeiro.
It contained all the preparation, action, and realism of the previous titles. It was followed up a year later with the expansion pack, Athena Sword.
Athena Sword had some of the sweetest cutscenes.
Totally. Late 2003 saw the release of Rainbow Six 3 for the Xbox. A game which was based on Raven's Shield, but was not a direct port, and set the bar for graphical and gameplay standards on the Xbox.
It's a very tense situation.
In Rainbow Six 3, the U.S. is caught in an embargo-induced oil crisis. As unrest grows in America, protests rock the street of Caracas. While the shadow of terror looms, madmen plot even greater acts of murder and destruction. Team Rainbow, led by Ding, of course, is sent in to save the day.
What really saved the day was the System Link and the Xbox Live multiplayer.
It was the biggest shooter of the year and cemented the Rainbow Series status as one of the best tactical combat games available for online play. Rainbow Six 3 primarily consists of brutal, close-quarters battles. And with its online play features, it was the closest console game equivalent to the popular PC shooter Counter-Strike. A lot of us were really excited with the opportunity to play against other gamers. I think that's what made us step up to the next level gamer. In Rainbow Six 3, I'm what you would consider a grenade whore. As soon as the match starts, you have a little countdown. My grenade's already in my hands, pulled back, and I am running to my position. One of the maps that was the best to ever play in was Presidio. That was one of the most popular maps. Really tight, small area. The other team spawns outside on one of the alleyways. There's these 3 little windows up top, and a lot of players didn't know about it, but I could lob through this little tiny windows directly into their spawn, and I cannot tell you how many clan matches we won, literally, where I've almost wiped out the whole team with one grenade. gun fanatics continue to love Rainbow Six Three's vast arsenal of meticulously modeled weapons. Over 30 real-life pistols, submachine guns, assault rifles, sniper rifles, and light machine guns were included.
For the first time, players could fire any of these weapons from the hip and use a scope if the weapon had one.
The most popular gun for Rainbow Six 3 would have been the G3A3. Definitely the most popular gun, I would say. Had a double zoom scope, was killer for those headshots from far away when you're leaning out in the open. Just a really great gun.
He would have died.
2004 welcomed the release of Rainbow Six 3 Black Arrow. And this follow-up to Rainbow Six 3, a series of attempts to kidnap rocket scientists, pull Team Rainbow into a spider web of intrigue. An international cabal of renegade military officers is trying to create a war in the oil-rich regions around the Black Sea. Team Rainbow must stop the terrorists from developing weapons of mass destruction and prevent them from starting a devastating war. Headshots were never more entertaining than you saw with Black Arrow, especially on the village level, which really was a large map and allowed you to maximize sniping shots. You know, they had a lot of changes, and that's where they incorporated the sharpshooter type stuff. A couple new modes, team survival, retrieval, those kinds of things. There was just so many more options available. Certain maps, you would really customize what gun you were going to use. On a smaller one, you know, you were going to have, you know, your fast fire rate, lots of bullet guns, you're going to pick those. And on larger maps, you really are going to pick the ones with the scope, at least double zoom, and sit back and kill people.
Definitely one of the best Xbox games. So the question is, could Ubisoft make the best better? 1 year after Black Arrow launched, Rainbow Six Lockdown was released. This was the most action-oriented title in the series to date.
In Lockdown, a terror group threatens to unleash a lethal nanovirus. Team Rainbow was brought in to save the lives of innocent people and to squelch this situation. However, for the first time, a member of Rainbow fell into terrorist hands, and the struggle to save the world suddenly got personal.
I won't leave one of my people behind! Oh, you don't like that? Go to hell!
But longtime fans were calling for something more familiar and true to the Rainbow Six name.
Luckily, players would not have to wait long.
Vegas, baby. Vegas. Rainbow Six Vegas has an amazing environment. Rainbow's always been set in different urban areas of the world, deserted towns, deserted buildings. But this is Vegas, one of the most recognizable cities in the USA. With Rainbow Six Vegas, of course, Ubisoft really maximized the capabilities of the Xbox 360. In terms of artificial intelligence, the AI in the game is super smart. It's something that players are going to have to look out for. It's not about holding a certain spot. It's literally about watching your back and not assuming anything. They incorporated so many great things from all the different series. Like, it really is the complete package from all the best things from all the games. In 2006, the Tom Clancy name means a lot in the world of video games.
Based on the success of Rainbow Six and Clancy's storytelling capabilities, 2 new successful series were launched, Splinter Cell and Ghost Recon.
Hollywood even has a Rainbow Six feature film in the works.
The list goes on, but it all started with Rainbow Six.